Welcome to SaaS and Sizzle, B2B Growth with AI. This is a podcast whiteboard to ideate, debate, and share our thoughts, and equally share our thoughts with our special guests on Gen AI. Before we delve into some of the topics we'll be discussing, I'd like to introduce your SaaS and Sizzle hosts. So I'm Julie Knight. I'm a marketer by trade living in Las Vegas. I've had the opportunity to work with some of the best companies in tech, ranging from market leaders like Cisco and SAP to innovators like Zendesk and SuccessFactor. And finally, those businesses that are reimagining themselves to focus on services-based industries like Unit 4. As a marketing leader, I've built and worked with exciting, innovative, results-oriented teams where the topics that we'll be discussing are highly relevant to the experiences that they've focused and are facing as business people each and every day. So I'd like to introduce my co-host, Vikas. Vikas, over to you.
Well, thank you, Julie. Hello, everyone. I'm Vikas, and I'm based in Cambridge in the UK here in the middle of AI innovation. I'm your co host, and we are really excited to bring this podcast series to you all. I'm an AI entrepreneur, a learner, and a tech whisperer. I work with business leaders and executives and helping them shape their businesses through technology. Over the years, I have scaled businesses globally and transitioned across multiple technology waves that has come and hit us over the time, including internet to mobile to social media and cloud computing. Through this podcast series and multiple guest interviews that we would conduct here, we will see how generative AI is transforming companies and their customers. We'll explore the areas where generative AI makes an impact, including your employees, your go to market strategies, and the technology stack that is used for your product development. And not to forget the responsibility that comes along with generative AI and its usage in an organization. And we'll also try to leverage upon our AI ecosystem here in Cambridge, and I'm going to bring some researchers on AI ethics and see that we can help organizations to bring AI into the business not just as a technology but as a responsible technology.
That is such a fantastic summary. So, yeah, we are definitely looking forward to having you join us into our sort of proverbial conversation corner to learn and to engage in what is a very exciting and, as we know, fast changing world of Gen AI. And this isn't just focused on marketing. You could be a CEO, a board member, a line of business leader like myself, or just interested in understanding a bit more about this fast-paced, and very disruptive technology that is already disrupting your world. So, Vikas, given your career, you've transitioned through so many disruptive technologies. Just tell us around about your first experience with the true power of AI and ML.
Yeah, sure, Julie. I think that's thanks for asking. It's a good question because I've been working in technology for over a long time now. And if I go back in my career in about 2007, is when during one of the discussions with telecom companies in Indonesia, we were debating with the chief operating officer there how a telecom company can identify the behavior of their consumers. How could they predict whether a customer is going to renew their contract at the end of the period or not? And that's when we started looking at the data that they had about the usage patterns of their customers, their contract renewal patterns. We were able to actually create a model using which we were predicting the customer behavior and were also able to roll out personalized offers to them such that they stick to that telecom company for a longer time and rather sometimes even giving much more higher contract value over a period of their lifetime. So that's was my first exposure and experience in 2007, and since then I have been fascinated by the art of possible using AI and machine learning.
Oh yeah, no, and there's so much discussion that is going on around predictive, and that
Yeah,
this is is probably one of the key areas, especially in the marketing world, but you can see it across all businesses. Given that Chat GPT is accessible to everybody and has over 100 million users, how do you think B2B companies could take advantage of it? And what advice would you like to give business leaders who are seeing their employees each and every day use these type of
yeah,
tools?
indeed, indeed. Well, this is a very relevant question in the current context. As we know, while AI has been there for many decades, but ChatGPT has been the poster boy for this technology in last 1 year. And when we sit down as a business leader, definitely we sometimes get perplexed about how we could really take advantage of this. One of the recent studies shows that 63% of the companies today have a documented AI strategy. But sometimes those could be as simple as that we do not allow any of our employees to use any of the internet AI tools because of data privacy.
Let's say no.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and while there are organizations which have actually implemented generative AI pilot use cases and been successful and are now taking to production. So these are the two wide variety of companies that are really using AIs, or at least have an AI strategy in mind. My advice to business leaders would be to, number one, start with identifying the right and the most valuable use cases in your organization where AI could make an impact. And it comes from thinking from a customer's lens. How could you generate which use case of AI could generate the maximum value for your users and customers? The second advice I would have is, once you have identified these use cases which you would like to prioritize, uh, being able to create an AI, we call it AI pods, which is a self-contained small teams which can take these use cases into production and then apply it to some test users and see the impact and keep on iterating until you have hit the mark. And third and very important aspect of successful AI transformation slash transformation in AI infusion in your organization is to follow a 10-20-70 rule, which is 10% of your AI success depends on actual AI algorithms that you are going to use. 20% of your success is dependent on the technology and the data architecture you have in your business that can fuel this AI algorithms. And bear in mind that to build a competitive advantage in this space, you got to have some proprietary data so that you can differentiate yourself from others. And the 70% of the success depends on your people, the talent that you have on your organization, and how well you go about executing this transition from a normal business to a generative AI powered business. So these are the three high level advices we would have for business leaders on how they could bring generative AI into the business. With that, I think, uh, may I put a question back to you, Julie, then?
Well,
Like,
of course.
for all your life, you've seen, worked across a lot of organizations and different sectors. How do you see generative AI making an impact on the marketing side of things for a business?
Yeah. Well, I mean, people are delving into it, in some cases just as a way to, for example, in the content creation world, ideation, right?
Yeah.
You have a topic, maybe you're just learning about it. You think about content creators, could even be people that are contractors. They don't know a lot about the topic, but they need to start somewhere, and it provides, I think, a very intelligent way to start that creation content creation process. So, I think, just very generally, as people, and we're going to have listeners here who hear about Gen AI, but they're not really sure what does this mean to them. So, very simply, if you're creating blog posts, articles, or thought leadership pieces, it could be a real game changer for you. AI allows you to analyze trends, customer preferences, competitive content. That's always
Mhm.
important for those of us in B2B tech. And it's a great way to generate really highly relevant content with written material, within using written material. And the thing is, you're not going to take it, it's not going to generate the blog for you while it can. And I think there's some sensitivity these days about just purely generated content, but you can use it as a way to then, add your own voice to it or make changes. Now, kind of getting into some really exciting areas and maybe areas that people don't know about. Customer interaction. So, marketers are starting to employ Gen AI in form of chatbots and virtual assistants. It can play a really pivotal role in lead qualification and streamlining initial customer interactions. So, again, you're not throwing a lot out there, but what is available to that customer is very relevant. It's very personalized and it's on point. So this ensures, one of the things with this is it can ensure that those potential leads or engagements are directed to the right individuals within an organization. It could be a sales development rep, it could be an executive, or an existing business account manager. And furthermore, integration of AI-driven virtual assistants, and we're seeing a lot of that. Chatbots have evolved from just being, I'm here and I can answer your question, or it can act as ticket deflection, to now offering so much more rich content and a way to have an engaging conversation. It really has evolved so much. So, these AI-driven virtual assistants can enhance or that customer support. It can provide instantaneous responses to really common questions or issues, and really, enhance that overall customer experience. And let's not think about customer as just somebody who's already purchased something for you, a product or service, but it's that for future customer as well. It's time to value and time to help them make a decision. And finally, another area that I think is really exciting is dynamic pricing strategies. So, we're in the holiday season, and, people are busy buying B2C, or you think about year end and are trying to negotiate contracts for that year end close. And it's one area where AI can really shine in terms of implementing those dynamic pricing strategies, and this can be across diverse segments and industries and within regions. And this simply entails adjusting a product or service pricing in real time, responding to factors like demand. Again, our favorite competitors, so competitor pricing, or revealing market conditions. So consider the holiday season as an example of that. And, if you analyze historical sales data and pinpoint peak times for specific products or services, this information can be used to adjust that pricing just in time. And that could be an hour, a day of the week, or again, just the trends that go on overall during a purchasing season. And this gives that organization a more strategic approach to pricing, versus just, well, I think this is going to happen, or you're going to have somebody sit in a room and go through reams of data. This is what AI is for, and can help you. And think about A/B testing. We're all learning these days, right, Vikas? And we don't fully understand the power of this yet, but it's a way to trial these type of use cases.
Yeah, good. Absolutely. So, which means that a lot of shopping this holiday season would be actually influenced by AI, isn't it? Yeah.
Yes.
And
I,
I just hope that they give me the best suggestions
me,
and the
me
best
too.
pricing.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, well, fantastic. I think we have. It's time now to unwrap our podcast series and give away our next week's topic. Julie, what do you think?
I think it's about
Yeah,
time.
yeah,
Our focus within these conversations is to provide practical tips and guide on how to bring AI into your organization in really the most effective, efficient, and safe manner. And most importantly, we also want to, throw in some tips as to what not to do. Our first podcast, and I'm really excited about it because it's one of my favorite topics, is how to sizzle your lead generation within AI. And so we're going to be bringing that podcast to you, and we'll be sharing that. Posting it on LinkedIn and through other channels. So we're really excited to roll this podcast series out and welcome those who are keenly interested in lead gen. And that's just not you marketers. I know sellers, CEOs, and boards alike are keenly interested in this topic. So thank you very much, and we'll be seeing you soon.
yeah, absolutely. Thank you all. Yes, seeing you soon.